you're looking at me like just bare, natural. I have no idea what I look like, and I probably will cut this out if I don't look good. But anyway, welcome to my channel. Let me just see what I look like. All right. So welcome to my channel. If you're brand new, I promise I'm going to clean all this up if you just stay and watch to the end. Today is my opportunity to finally do my updated wash day routine for 2020. It hasn't changed very much, but let me just welcome you. If you're brand new to my channel, thank you so much for subscribing and joining me in my journey and in all that I do in my channel. And this is a woman's channel for women's wellness. I am Patrice, the belly dancing minister, where I bring out the joy in women. I unlock your joy from your beautiful hair to your beauty, from your health from the inside out, and we keep Jesus at the center of all that we do. So if that's something you're excited about being a part of, welcome. On Sundays, we bring a Christian message. Tuesdays, I'll share some of my performing arts, my dance, my belly dance fit, where you can go online and get tutorials, or you can do a workout with me. And on Thursdays, we do everything beauty, especially hair, okay? But we're gonna keep it as natural as possible is what I do on my channel. So I am so excited to have you join me in my updated wash day routine. I'm gonna start from scratch, okay? So let's get started. Okay, so last night, I decided not to do much with my hair, and I usually band it or something. I wanted you to see what it looks like since the last time I did my wash day. I think it's been maybe a full week. I haven't been keeping up with it so well, because whenever I break my routine, then it kind of throws me off a little bit, and I broke it to trim it and do that dry, thing that I did before. So I just watched my updated wash routine for last year. My hair doubled in length, y'all, and so that proves to me that my routine's working, and the Lord is telling me, if it's not broken, don't fix it, because I want to go into protective styling and I want to try something different. I'm like eager to just itching to do something different, but the Lord's like, no, keep what you're doing. It's working. You figured your hair out. So if it's not broken, don't fix it. So while I'm going to talk about protective styling in a video, it's going to be a range of in how you already do your hair, in the way that you already do your hair and the way you already protect it. How could you use it more for the winter so that we can have preserved hair by June? Once again, forgive me, this is just me before doing everything, washing my hair, showering. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and pre-poo my hair. I'm not gonna do the overnight because I'm doing all in one day, so I just leave it in for a short time. I'm not going to show you that part, but what's unusual about what I do is I use shampoo, believe it or not, to clean this stuff off, and then I pre-poo it, and then I really wash it. So I use a little bit of my shampoo to just get this whatever's on here off, because pre-pooing it with the stuff that's already on here isn't going to do anything to my hair because I'm low porosity. So pre-pooing doesn't make sense to me if it's just gonna go on top of what I've been having in my hair. So I use a little bit of shampoo, do it on my roots, get most of the stuff off, like at least some of it off. But then I'll use my Ayurvedic growth oil as a pre-poo. I might add some conditioner, which would be my deep conditioning honey mask and the Giovanni, and I'll go ahead and put that in there. I'm going to use the Q-Redew to get it in there, leave it in for a short time, and I'll come back here and we'll get started with the full wash day routine, okay? See you in a sec. All right, so I have pre-pooed my hair. I used my growth oil, and this is usually my hairstyle when I pre-poo my hair. If you ever see me talking on YouTube with my hair looking a little neater, but this style, it's usually because I pre-pooed. And I usually pre-poo overnight, but for these purposes, I ended up doing it the same day. So now I'm going to wash all of this out. I'm going to be using, this is the Tea Tree Triple Treat Invigorating Shampoo from Giovanni. That's what I'm going to be using. And I got this from Amazon. I think I've had this for about a year. I'm not sure, but I think I've had it that long. Let me see. Maybe almost a year, because when I looked at my last wash day updated wash day routine, I had a small one, so it must have been right after that I bought this. So I'm approaching a year, I think. Really long time. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use this. Take this out, and this is what it looks like. I'm gonna go ahead and get a lot put it in there on the roots. So when I pre-poo, I put oil on my scalp. I'm gonna put a lot because the low porosity, I cannot have any buildup or anything in my hair if I want to do anything to it. So here we go. There's steam all in here because I use really hot water, so I'll be right back and I'll show you my next step. Alright, so now I'm going to make my Rasul clay. You just saw me wash my hair and I do suds up. I am very, very low porosity, so I have to get everything out of my hair, and that's why I use hot water to raise my cuticles, and I really, really wash everything out. If I leave oil in my hair, it will make it impossible for anything to go in. So now this is where I really wash my hair. And you know, if you're a new natural, this is how I get my definition. This is how I get my maximum hydration, is through my clay, and I choose Rasul clay. All I do is add the water, and I make it into a very good clay consistency. I love this step. It is my secret to having the definition that I have later on when I do my wash and go. I just wanted to add that I take my ring off before I do my clay. It could really ruin your rings, your metal. Okay, so I take it off and I put it back on later. So I'm just going to go ahead and dry some of that excess water off from washing it off, just to make sure there is nothing in the way of getting the clay in my hair. So believe it or not, this is when I detangle. My Rasul clay, I don't think I think about it much because it's such an integral part of my routine, but this is where I get the most slip in from all of my steps that I do. The Rasul clay, believe it or not, gives me the most slip, the most hang, the most everything, and that's where I got the idea to trim when I had my Rasul clay, because I can see the length of my hair the most when I do it. As you can see, looks like one side might be a little longer. I can see all my ringlets, I can see everything, and it's just so easy to detangle. So you know I have fine hair, and you can see it when it's wet. See, one side seems to shrink up faster than the other. And I really wash my scalp. You see me rubbing my scalp? This is my true shampoo for my hair. I used to add apple cider vinegar to it, but I don't do that anymore. And I just never thought of why. Maybe the spirit just led me to stop doing it, because it turns out that apple cider vinegar may have protein in it. Okay, so now, and you notice I put on my face as well. It's great for your skin. Now I'm going to wash it out, and I want you to notice the definition that I end up getting in my hair and the hydration. My hair is so hydrated. This is great because I'm getting ready to do my natural protein treatment, which is my henna. And I'm going to do pure henna as well as my clay. So I really need to make sure I'm hydrated. So now all those suds you were probably cringing over when you saw me washing my hair with that soap, the shampoo, well, this just replenished my hair from using the soap. Look how long my hair has grown. I'm just really excited about my growth and my progress. So this is what your hair would look like if it has maximum hydration. You see how you can see all of my ringlets, all my curls, and everything from the top to the bottom? But when I first started, it wasn't like that. So you need to get it to that point in the beginning of your journey. All right, so now I'm going to make the pure henna. This is only henna in this. This is so that I can dye my hair. I don't always do this every wash day, but I went so long without doing my clay that now it's time to actually just dye my hair. So I'm going to do this first. All I do is add water to this pure henna. It is quality art henna. It's really, really good for your hair, so it's still going to be great for my hair. And then I'm going to follow up with my clay. If I just did my clay, then it wouldn't dye it as well because it has oils in it, which really will hold back the loss in dye that's in the henna. But I don't want to hold back that dye. I want to release that dye. So I'm going to go ahead and just do this. If I let it sit a little longer, it would probably release it even more. But this is my clay. That's my henna clay with the oils mixed in it. And it is so nourishing for my hair. So I'm going to do that afterwards. So once again, I just want to reiterate that it's so important to make sure you get all your excess water out of your hair before you put another layer of product in it, because the water will fill in the hair shaft and you won't really get the maximum amount of the product that you're trying to put in your hair. So as you can see, that was the area where I noticed the most grays. So I'm going to really just target the areas that I want to be dyed the most. And really, my goal is to dye the grays that are growing in. So I really have them in specific areas right now. And so it's right there on the top of my head and in my temple in the front. Those are the main areas. So you'll see me do that first, really focus on those areas first. And so once I know that I've gotten in there, then I'll go into other places where maybe I have like little other parts of my hair that might have a little bit. But see, now I'm going to do the front to make sure I've gotten that, because that's where I see it the most, in my temple and in the front area, the baby hairs and all that. So those are the areas where I've noticed it the most. I don't know if you realize that when you look at my hair. So it hasn't really taken over my whole head yet, but there are certain areas where it seems to be more prevalent when I look for the gray hair. I think back in the back I do too. I don't get to see my back of my head that much, but I'm assuming that. I think maybe in the actual back nape of my hair, I also noticed some. So then I go in the inside just in case there's some growing in that I don't know of. Just want to get the roots as though I'm dyeing my hair and I'm getting the roots only. So you'll see me do mostly the roots because the purpose of this is mostly for dye. And then later I come in with my clay for the length of my hair. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to steam this with the Q-Redew, leave it in for about 30 minutes. It's going to be a long wash day because of this. About 30 minutes, and then I'm going to come back and add my clay and then put that in, steam that, and leave that in for 30 minutes. After I've done that part, then I can continue my regular wash day routine, all right? So I'm going to have you watch me do the rest of that, all right? Stay tuned. Let me go straight in with the henna first in the areas where I need the dye. Let it do its job, because now I'm not just strengthening my hair, I'm dyeing it. So let me just dye it. It'd be nice if it strengthens it too. And to really get it in, and what's really cut my wash day short is my Q-Redew. As you can see, my Q-Redew. So it's been on already. It's ready to go. And I'm just going to heaten it up, and that'll slow it down. Then I probably don't have to go 30 whole minutes. So let me just heat that area up. This has been a lifesaver. So I think it's made a big difference in my wash day and getting all the product in my hair. Don't neglect your edges. You don't want to ever neglect your edges. So you'll see me do that with the Q-Redew to get all the product in. Now I think it's time for me to put on my plastic cap. Just leave it in for a little bit longer, and then I will go ahead and add the rest of it to it. Just keep it in here for a little bit. Just let it like really sit just for a little bit longer, maybe not 30 whole minutes, because I really got a lot to do, so maybe like 10-15 more minutes. All right, I'll be back. Hey, all right, I think that it's marinated enough in there. So now I'm going to take my Curls Henna blends, Henna premium blends. It comes from the growth oil. All right, so this is my Ayurveda Curls Premium Blend clay, henna clay, and here is how it's going to come for you. It's going to come in the bag, and I'm going to try and use every single drop in there. I'll show you how I do that. You can see the difference in the color from the pure henna and my clay. The clay has so many amazing ingredients in it, including flaxseed oil and some other wonderful things. You can see the other product behind it there. You can add that to it, but I'm not going to today. Or you can add my conditioner, or you can actually put pure henna in there to just make it stronger. But I'm not doing that today. Just using my clay. I have more in here than I might use, but for now, let's see how much of this I can actually put on my hair. Alright, so it's really gooky. What I tend to do, sometimes I can add water to it, but here we go. I'm going to put this on here. Now this dyes my hair too, but what I wanted to do, as you know, is I wanted to make sure it was done. So I'm going to put my towel back on because I want to make sure I don't ruin everything. I might want to wear this top someday. Alright, so we got... Now I'm going to go to the length of my hair because I'm ready to actually strengthen my hair. That's what I'm doing now. And so I want to start with my ends because they need the strength the most. And you know what I'm supposed to be doing, right? I'm supposed to be starting in the back. So let me start in the back. I think what I'm going to do with this clay here is I'm going to not use too much in one spot because I want it to last. Okay, so now that I have done the back, I just want to make sure that all of my ends are done because the ends are really important for strengthening my hair. This is considered my protein treatment. I got some more in here, but I'm going to use all of it, every drop. I'm going to make sure the ends back here are done. It's all in there. Make sure it's all in there. I didn't add water this time because I figured my hair had a little moisture already, but I might put a little bit of water in here just to make sure. No, I may not have to because when I do the Q-Redew, it actually has its own steam. I'm going to take as much of this that's left in the bag, and I'm going to really strengthen this area here, my crown area. Y'all know that's where I baby. Those are the children that get the special attention because they actually need it the most. Some more back there, but you gotta love on all of your hair. So that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to turn this inside out. Make sure I get everything out of here. It has 2 ounces. This could have been diluted with, you could put banana, you can put avocado with it, you could put your other favorite conditioner, like your Ayurvedic rose conditioner. Or you can put anything in there that will make it, you know, easier to apply. It's good by itself. This is it by itself with just more henna in it. And this is how you could actually do it yourself. So just in case you're wondering, this is what I'm using, my henna premium blend. You can go on ayurvedicrose.com to get that. Okay. Okay. I got the back. Let you see it. So you know what's next, right? First, let me look in the mirror to make sure I like what it looks like. You can see that it's really covering the grays now. In here. Now it's time to do my Q-Redew to make sure that everything is really getting into my hair shaft. Now the Q-Redew is starting to get a little dirty. It's time to add more water, so I'm gonna pop this open. I'll unplug it. And I might as well show you how I do it. I take distilled water and I take the Q-Redew here and I open it up. So I open it up, pour the water in here. And go ahead and pop it back in. Real time, y'all. So you saw that I already used up that much. Gotta give it some time to turn on. It blinks first for a little while. The red, and when it decides to stop, now that it's solid, I can use it. I'm gonna press in here, see the steam coming out, and now I can steam my hair. I'm gonna start with this area here, really get it in there, and just make sure I'm happy with it. I don't like to have any hair that doesn't have stuff on it. So before I do anything, I just have a pet peeve of not having product on everything. It's like a pet peeve of mine. Now I'm ready to do it. Let's see, where's the steam? Notice when I do it straight, it comes out more. So now I'll do the back. This is what I did. I ended up taking out the clay. This is what it looks like fresh out of the shower. So now I cleaned my hair and you can see I have that maximal hydration. This is what it looks like for those who are asking. When you wet your hair and it looks like you can see the actual pattern of your hair from the roots to the tip. A lot of times when your hair is still in a dry state, it doesn't show its pattern from the root to the tip. One of the biggest things that saves that, or really what I used for maximum hydration, was my Rasul clay. That was like number one for getting that, and I'm gonna do a whole video explaining all that another time. In fact, a lot of videos will come out of this video because there are a lot of steps that I took that if you have questions, I could actually explain it in a whole video. But just watch what I do, and then I can actually break it down another time as to why I do it. Let's see if my hair is dyed. I'm going to show you first. And here. And I think I had some back there that I needed. And then I'll look. It's much better. I have to say it's much better. And this I can work with. It just looks better. That's all that matters. So now let me dry my hair some. And now I'm going to go back with our regular scheduled program. So in my regular wash day, I don't do all of that. By the way, I went 30 minutes. I don't know if I said that already. I went 30 minutes with my clay, my henna clay, and I had the regular henna first on top of my henna clay. So normally this is like a full wash day, because it's got to be really, if I've gone too far with this and I have grays, that's when I do what I'm doing today. But normally if I'm doing a full wash day, I just do the clay. And it just adds that extra step that makes my wash day a little longer. But when I do regular wash days where I don't need the clay, I go straight into where I'm going now, which is the deep conditioning, okay? So now we're gonna go into my deep conditioning step. And what I use for deep conditioning is, of course, my deep conditioning honey mask, Ayurvedic Curls Deep Conditioning Honey Mask. If the jar looks like it's been used, it's because it has been used. Actually, it's more than used. This has a lot of I was touching this when I was doing my clays and stuff, so it's got henna on it. Anyway, so you know I'm gonna have my, first I'm gonna start off with my deep conditioning honey mask, Ayurvedic Curls. You can get that on ayurvedicurls.com, it's amazing. And then I'm going to mix it with my Giovanni. This is called Smooth as Silk Deeper Moisture Conditioner, Giovanni. I use this with this together. And so I'm going to go ahead and apply it here. First, let me just get some of this water out of my hair because I'm low porosity and I can't have anything in my hair shaft, so I can get everything in there. So throughout my entire wash day, I'm always thinking about my low porosity. If I want to get anything in my hair, it's got to be dry as possible, and it shouldn't have anything else on it. If I want the next thing to go in my hair, then I can't have anything bare in the way. I have to have as little as possible going on. So this is my deep conditioning honey mask. I love this stuff. This is what it looks like. It smells, so sometimes I'll put this on by itself first, because remember, the layer that's closest to my hair is gonna get there even more, and the honey is what I really want in my hair. Where do I go first? The back, of course. So I'm gonna put that on first. And the other thing I wanted to let you know is if you're doing your henna treatment and you wanna rinse it out, you probably should do one more rinse with your favorite conditioner that's maybe cheap, not your expensive one, just to help rinse out all the little particles of the henna, right? So I'm going in with mine first because I really want this in there first to go really deep in my hair shafts. This is my deep conditioning. So I will go ahead and do my ends with it and all that. Just kind of get that in there. And then I'll mix it with the Giovanni. I'll start pumping a bunch of Giovanni in there and just give it that extra deep conditioning. Sometimes I only mix it, but if I really, because I just did a protein, what I consider a protein treatment. Yes, I'm heavy-handed. I just did a protein treatment, so I really need to deep condition a lot because of that. So this is a mix of both. I'll just mix it up like this, and I'm going to turn around so you can see what I always do this first. Always do. I'm dropping stuff. Alright, so now I just wanted to let you know how important it is for me to get this deep conditioner in my hair. It's always important, but today in particular, because I did such a strong protein treatment when I did my henna and the pure henna in my hair, I'm really working hard to get this deep conditioner in my hair shaft. Thank God this Q-Redew is doing the trick. You can see it melting in my hair, and that's what I love about this product. So keep watching. I wanted to let you know to not neglect your edges. You hear about girls laying their edges, doing all this with the edges, but you never see anybody steaming their edges, putting growth oil on their edges, loving their edges. Two things, new naturals: your crown, the top of your head where the sun touches it, and your edges. Don't forget them when you're taking care of your hair, all right? Alright y'all, so what I'm doing now is I'm looking for all the areas that are important. Now you know my part areas when I part my hair, well I tend to steam, like see what I'm doing right there? That is the part. I do that same part every single time that I do my banding. So I make sure that I steam that area and I take care of that area where the part is so that it's not going to lose hair. But when we were little, our moms used to always part our hair the same all the time and our hair was fine. I think the weakest area would be when you put the buns on the top of your hair. But just in case, I wanted to just make sure that I was taking care of that. Alright, so now I'm going to wash out my deep conditioner. This is what it looks like. I've kept it in for 10 more minutes and I put a plastic bag over it. So here I am, just going to wash this out. So I'm done with that. I didn't want to go crazy rinsing this out because I don't mind having a little bit left in there. And I made sure that the water was nice and warm. It wasn't hot, it wasn't cold, because I don't do that anymore. And now I'm going to put my leave-in and my gel and my oil, everything, and band it and do my 24-hour banding. And then I will come back tomorrow and see what ended up happening. I'll see you in a second. Got ready for the last part. This is crazy. My lips feel so dry the entire time, so I apologize if I've been dry-lipped all this time. I'll put some moisturizer on since I'm done with my shower. Oh boy, this is something else. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna dry this hair again. I have completed my deep conditioning, and now I'm going to start my last step, which is my banding. And so these are the products that I'm going to be using. I'll show you that. I don't want it to be too wet because it's going to take forever to dry. So for my leave-in, I use my deep conditioning honey mask in my leave-in. Especially in the winter. I started doing it last year and it worked so well. And I mix some of the Shea Moisture Strengthen and Restore Leave-In Conditioner. I mix it in with it. I like that mixture, so that's what I'm going to do now. And then after I do that, then I seal it with my oil. And I'll show it to you when I do it. And then the last step is my Ayurvedic Rose Gel. So let's do that now. right, y'all, you will not believe what happened. I don't know why things like this happen, but this Q-Redew has been the main thing that has made my hair so, I'm a little emotional, so give me a second. So, you're a witness that it was working just fine, right? But the devil's a liar, so I'm gonna need y'all to send out prayers, okay? Because this thing has been working with no problem since I got it. I think it's been over a year. I think it was 2018, so probably a year and a half. I don't know, I have to look up. And there were some people that said that they didn't like it because it would break, right? So I have had no problem with it. It's been amazing. And you just saw how great it worked, right? Well, guess what, guys? It broke. So my last step, which is one of the most important steps, and this really, really makes a difference in my hair when I do it, and it makes the moisture last. Since this is winter, it's a good time for it. I cannot use my Q-Redew, so I'm gonna go back in the day, old school. I'm gonna get a really, really, really hot, wet towel, wrap it around my head with my plastic cap, and I'll leave that in for a little while, and then I will finish everything off. So I'll see what I'm gonna do about this Q-Redew. I mean, I'll give it one more shot, but I mean, this has been working perfectly. Like never had a problem, not one problem. And you just saw it, it was so hot. And now it blinks really, really, really fast, which it never usually does. And it doesn't work. And it's such a great product. I just wish they wouldn't have that problem. It's a really good product. So as much as I want to tell you to get it, and I wanted to get it for you actually as a prize for 10,000 subscribers. Y'all comment below if you still want it. But I don't know, $70-something for only a year and a half worth of a product, I'm not sure. So, and I was gonna ask to be their affiliate and all that because it was such an important product. Now, it's very likely that I might get another one, but of course I'm gonna work really, really hard to fight for them to fix this one or replace it or something, because it's just not right. So, it's not working. Real lifetime. The enemy is a liar, right? So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put my hair in this plastic. I'm gonna go back old school, and I'll be back with really, really hot towel wrapped around with another towel on top. I'll show you what that looks like. And so it's gonna be so hot. And I'm gonna wrap it around my head, then I'm gonna put another towel to lock that heat in, and then I'm gonna try to get some plastic to really lock it all in, old school style. And I'll leave it in there I should leave it in for 30 minutes, but I'm getting so tired. But this is taking like all day now. That was really cutting it down. So sad that it doesn't work. It's still blinking. It's been sitting there. It usually just takes like 1-2 minutes to start, and it's not working. So I'll see you in a second. Love you. Isn't this adorable? Well, the show must go on. I ain't letting the enemy stop me. I already sent them a message letting them know that this is the worst time for that to happen in front of y'all, because it was actually going to be a good thing for you to see it work well. It would have been the hero. But, you know, I wouldn't say it's a zero, but man, that was inconvenient. But let's take this down. I've had it up here for 30 minutes. And I wanted to show you, for any new naturals out there that don't remember me way back in the day when I used to do this. I basically have a very similar regimen from when I first started. I haven't changed much. So you see how I'm locking in that heat? I'm locking it in because being low porosity, when you're doing your wash day, it's centered around your porosity, okay? So let me see if it worked. Yep, it feels like it's in. Feels like the moisture's in there. Okay, this is extreme. This step is so important because this is the step because it's winter and I gotta have this moisture this time. So this is what we're gonna do now. Now we're going to start banding and lock in, you know, just, this is a, I've looked at a lot of channels, and a lot of people, they do wash and goes or they stretch. Or they take their wash and goes and they stretch it by using a, what do you call it? They stretch it by using a blow dryer. So I don't know, but I feel like I'm probably very unique in what I do because I don't feel like too many people do what I do. And I think maybe more people could do what I do. It feels a lot stronger right now. I can feel the strength in it from the henna. I can actually feel it, and that's good. I'm glad that it's stronger. I do feel the product on top of my hair still, and when I do the Q-Redew, I don't really feel it on top of my hair. It really does go in my hair. So I may have to invest in like just a steamer, you know? Y'all remember back in the day when I had that thermal steamer? I may have to go find my thermal steamer in the meantime. I was selling it on Ayurveda Curls for a while. Some of y'all might have it. But when I fell in love with the Q-Redew, I stopped using that. But I mean, it worked. It took longer, but it worked. So I moved twice, so that's why it's not easy to find things. So I'm gonna now start really making sure this product is in my hair because I'm very low porosity. Just make sure it's really in there. I cannot afford for this step not to work. This is a very important step. My scalp is a little bit sore right there because I've been doing this for a while. This is one of my longer wash days. Let me just make sure this product is in there. Alright, so I don't know if you noticed it in my face, but I am not very happy because I think I've been spoiled with the Q-Redew and I'm so used to all this product being melted in my hair. As you can see, it's on top of my hair. Like I said, I'm a really low porosity girl, and I'm realizing right now how porous. I'm squeezing it, and I'm doing old school stuff right now, which is making this wash day longer and this video longer because I want to really show you what you could do if you ever go through this. So I'm squeezing and squeezing and squeezing that area first, of course, because I want my energy to be given to the area that's the most delicate, as I've always said. So you see me squeezing the edges, and so this is going quickly. So this took me a while to do. So, but what's so important about this is that this is how I'm setting my hair for the week. So this moisture has to be in my hair before I start doing anything else. And if you're a new natural, or if you're trying to figure out how to make your regimen better, this is very important. Getting that product inside, see how white that is? It's not in my hair. So what I could do is, and I think I say this later, is I could go in the shower and let the steam for the shower go in, but I really need intense steam directly on my hair for this stuff to be inside. So I'm really right now concerned about what's going to happen in the winter this week if it's not set. So I'm showing you that it's sitting on my hair. If you are low porosity, really pay attention to this kind of stuff, because all that work, all that wonderful, expensive, great product, if it's not really going in your hair, it's just sitting on your hair, you're wasting product, wasting your time, your hair is still going to be dry, and it's really not going to help it. This is my leave-in, y'all. This is stuff I'm supposed to have left in my hair so that I can have moisture. It's a good thing that I am in a southern part of America, because I have warm days here sometimes, and it's been very rainy. But if I was in the north or in a really cold climate, then this wouldn't be really good, because that means I don't have the moisture in my hair. So you'll be seeing, I'm probably saying exactly that. Actually, what I'm saying is it's almost Valentine's Day, and I might ask my husband, can I please have another steamer for Valentine's Day? So it's just dawning on me that we are approaching Valentine's weekend, and I could use that opportunity to ask my husband, could I please have the steamer that all of the gurus on YouTube have, where they have that steamer that covers your head, the hooded one. I guess I've been avoiding getting that all this time. Maybe it's time to get it. Y'all know all things work together for good, for those who love the Lord, for those who are called according to his purpose. The enemy's trying to mess with me, but I have a feeling the Lord just wants me to kind of up my game and get something even better for my hair. What do y'all think? Alright, so I have pressed in the leave-in conditioners as best as I can, and now it's time to seal it with my Ayurveda Curls Growth Oil. I'm happy again because I love my growth oil, and y'all know I love the way it smells. I love everything about it. And there it is right there. It's so beautiful. Thank you all for purchasing it. I know y'all love it too. If you haven't, you have got to try it. So anyway, I'm going to be sealing my hair. And if you think I put a lot of product on, because if it's winter, I do really put a good amount of product on. I don't do butters, but I do put a nice amount of my growth oil on my hair to seal in the moisture. Now, if you want to know how I know that I've sealed in enough leave-in, that's by knowing how your hair should feel at different parts, and that's why it's so good to use your hands to do your hair. I would totally recommend it. I think I'm just starting to realize the importance of it right now just by watching this. When they say know your hair, I think using your hands is a really good way to really learn your hair. And I think it's dawning on me because I really could feel a difference in my hair. Even though it didn't look too bad, I felt it. And this is interesting. It's a feeling that you get when you're feeling your hair. Notice I did my edges. And really watch this video to the end because I'm being as thorough as I've always been, and you really can learn a lot if you want to really see a real wash day routine. There's a lot of wash day routines that are quick ones, and I can always do those later, but this is a thorough one that really can help you if you're really trying to learn how to actually do each thing. So I love doing the front of my hair. I'm sealing in that moisture. But right now I'm saying, oh, it doesn't feel right. That's what's going on right now. It feels like thick something on my head. I'm not happy, and I'm showing it. Y'all, it is time to pray. Okay, I'm in a good mood again because I love my gel. This is my Ayurveda Curl Styling Jam. It's the gel that really seals things up and makes my wash and go look amazing. Just to be extra thorough, I just want to make sure you realize that I don't put anything on my scalp once I wash it, and I definitely don't put the gel on my scalp. If you notice, I stay away from the scalp, and you can see like it's like a 1/4 of an inch away, and I really put a nice amount on there. I've learned, if you look at my videos from the past, that the more gel I put on my hair, the more I have a nice cast, and my curls look good, and things just get set so well when I put more of my gel. So I just wanted to say that. And just one more thing, I don't leave oil on my scalp anymore, and I don't know if that's helped me, but I just don't do that anymore. So it's time to band. I enjoy, as you can see, I enjoy my wash day. I love all the steps. It's just so therapeutic. I enjoy it. So here I am. I'm now gathering the back first, of course, raking through it and getting ready to put that together because I've been led to keep that together, keep it together and keep it clumped so that it grows well, and it's really serving me well. As you can see, the top part of that and the lower part are very different in shrinkage, but I'm still trying to make it stretched so that it can actually be very similar in length. So this is my banding. This is exactly how I band. I'm going to go slow first and then I'll speed it up. So I just wanted to slow it down real quick for anyone who's brand new and has never seen me band. I know you've seen me do the other ones quickly, but I wanted you to see how I band my hair. I've been doing it a really long time, and I plan to continue. Alright, so it's the next day and I made sure that it's been 24 hours that I have my banding in here. I did this new protective style thing that I'm starting to do, and that'll be in the next video, or in the next few videos I'll be talking a little bit about that because I know you asked about that. So as you know, my Q-Redew broke. I did get in touch with the company. They haven't responded. So it looks like I'm gonna have to look for a new steaming product or something. Please comment below on anything that you would suggest. I think it's time for me to get the real one where you sit and it's over your head and everything like that. A lot of the other YouTubers that are doing really well with their hair, they do that, so maybe it's time for me to do that. And now I gotta come up with a new gift that I'm gonna give you when I get to 10,000 subscribers. Help me get there, y'all. Watch all my videos to the end, share with other people, and please tell others about me if you think I'm really helpful in any way, okay? Anyway, let's get into this. All right, so this is what my hair looks like. You can see that it's dyed and the grays aren't there. So that's cool. I have a little mirror over here that hopefully will help me with all this. All right, so this is my next day. This is what it looks like. I don't know if it's still wet. I do feel a little bit of moisture here, and I think it was 24 hours. I think it doubled in length since my last wash day routine. I'm not sure, but I think it did, which is what it should be doing, right? In 1 year. So I definitely retained length. So there is moisture back here. I feel it. So normally if this happens, that means it's going to shrink. That means I'm gonna have shrinkage in the back and I won't have, and I already know what I'm gonna do when I feel that. So that's what I do. I do more than 24 hours. I do a whole day. So I'm noticing that I've been saying 24 hours is what I leave it in lately, but no, it turns out that I actually do it one night and I leave it in a full day and then I take it out the third day in the morning. And I'm just noticing that now, so I'll probably repeat that because I'm still figuring that out myself. It's not quite 24 hours. It's actually the third day. Also, let me just show you how the dye worked in my hair. Okay, y'all, so this is the end result. Okay, so I didn't realize that I went a whole, when I say 24 hours, what I really mean is I do more than that. I do it like day one, like I said, I'm repeating myself, so I apologize, because I'm realizing it myself. I do a full day where I don't touch it, and then the third day I take it out. That's what I mean by 24 hours. So if I do it at night, I go the whole day, the whole night of the next day, and then the third day, that morning, that's when I take it out. So this is a lot shorter because I did it the next day, a real 24 hours. And so it would have been a lot more stretched had I done that. So you could just imagine what it looks like. It's what it always looks like. But this is what it is when it's the next day, 24 hours. And I keep it in this cast because if I mess with it too much, it's gonna get really fluffy, and that's when you get single strand knots and you have all these issues and it doesn't look as nice. So this is when it's really defined, but it could actually be this defined and even more stretched is what I've been doing lately. But this is what it looks like in the back. This area right here is very, very moist right in here and wet. And I would separate this a lot more. But I don't want to separate it because then it's going to get all frizzy and it's not good for it. And so I'm just going to have to, what I used to do before I did that third day takedown, this is how I had to deal with it. And what happens when this happens is I already know that I'm going to have to re-stretch this, like when it dries. This is a coating over my head and this is a protective style. So I just wanted to be very thorough in this video because that's the whole point. So obviously this has been working for me for a full year. I have not really lost much hair. No setbacks, thank you Jesus. Praying, doing all the right things, taking vitamins, eating my greens, as you see, drinking my water, and doing all those wonderful things for my hair. So thank you so much for joining me, and I don't know what you think of the look, but sometimes this is the look I get and I just deal with it. Hey, my lovelies, I decided to add the next day in because I just wanted you to really get a good look at what my hair looks. I banded it again from how it looked yesterday. I'm not even seeing it yet, so I'm so glad that I dyed my face. So I want to talk to you about doing protective styling and how I'm going to plan to do more of it throughout this winter to gain inches. So I'd love for you to join me in that. Is still strong, but at least I have something to work with here. I have some length to work with. And it turns out that would have been what I would have done midweek or anytime I felt like the hair was shrinking. That's what I would have done. I would have rebanded it and, hydrated it a tiny bit, put a little bit more gel. And then if it was actually in the middle of the month, middle of the week, then I would have done the lock method, a light lock method is what I would have done. And then re-stretched it. Very light though, 85% dry, maybe even 90% dry. And so now I'm just gonna go play with this a little bit to make it look a little bit better the way I would normally wear it. And it should be closer to what you're used to seeing, but first day, because it's kind of still first day because I just rebanded it yesterday. Be right back. All right, y'all, so this is what I have. This is what it ended up looking like. This is more of what I'm used to, so I'm just gonna show it to you. I'm so glad I have definition still because I used my gel when I banded it. I think that's the secret. I hope you liked it. So I hope you enjoyed my full wash day routine. This is everything. You even got my midweek band in it. So I hope this really helped you. We can pull from this moving forward on other videos. If you want to know any specific thing about this wash day routine, comment below, and just comment below on a video that you want me to go deeper on as it pertains to my wash day routine, okay? How do you do this? Why do you do this? Talk more about this. Whatever it is about this wash day routine that you want to hear more of, go ahead and write it in the description, and I'll do my best to put together a little video around it, okay? And maybe I'll just cut that section out if you just want to see that and you want me to explain it and all that kind of stuff. All right, so I hope you enjoyed my wash day routine. I'm so excited about where my hair is going. I've obviously done a great job with retaining the length for 2019. So now I want to go and up my game for 2020, and I want to gain some inches. So check the next video that I'm going to be posting. When I do it, I'm going to definitely post it after this video, so check that video on how I am going to do protective styling throughout the winter, the rest of the winter, so that I can retain length for this summer. I'm hoping for a few inches, so let's work together to do that, okay? And one last thing, please keep Jesus a part of your hair journey. That's really what's kept me. It has not been easy, and he's kept me, and I thank him so much for my beautiful, beautiful hair. I love my hair. I just love it. This is my first goal was to look like this. For all of my life, I wanted this look, and I'm thanking God so much that I have achieved it. And so now I'll just make some other goals just for the sake of doing it, because they're like wish goals, and that would be mid-back. Okay, that was kind of where I used to wear my weave, so I figured that must be a goal of mine, but this was like a natural goal of mine. So if I can get mid-back, that would be amazing. So let's see, maybe in the next 2 years, who knows, right? All right, well, God bless you. I love you so very much, and I'll see you in the next video, God willing. Bye.